The Gold Rush is the second segment of the 10th episode of the third season of Rugrats, and I have to say I didn't love this episode. There's nothing specifically wrong with it. I just found that not a lot happened and it wasn't very interesting. Tommy, Chuckie, Phil, Lil, and Angelica are in this giant sandpit and they find a nickel. And suddenly they get the idea that there might be more money buried in the sand. So they spend the episode digging in the sand to try and find money. They also put a bucket over the nickel so that nobody else finds it, but something happens to that, and it's, well, I suppose it's meant to cause a little bit of, anxiety and tension. What's happened to the nickel? Personally, I wasn't that bothered, and I just feel like it wasn't that interesting. Chuckie went a bit insane at one point, laughing for the second episode in a row. In the other episode in this, or the other segment in this episode, Give and Take, Chuckie responded in quite a similar way to a different situation. So I'm having some concerns about Chuckie's state of mind. But honestly, I didn't care for it. I didn't think it offered anything interesting. There weren't any quotes in it that I thought were worth noting down. What I did like was how animated it, or well, the color palette of the animation. For example, we have a yellow sky with purple clouds, and the sand has got kind of a pink tint to it. So we have some really interesting colour choices. Not for the first time in Rugrats. Rugrats often uses colours that are, quite atypical. But I think maybe because the narrative wasn't that interesting, I certainly noticed it more in this episode. So I can't complain really, because it's not that it's bad. I believe the characters' actions, the narrative flowed well, and they tried to inject a bit of action in there with the missing or the tipped over bucket. Where's the coin gone? Oh, what are we going to do? But I just didn't care for it. It's definitely not one that appealed to me at all. Not a bad episode specifically. I just feel like it didn't really offer very much and not a lot happened at all.